Hello everybody, welcome to Esports Go. I'm Justin Gillerman.
And I'm Matt Brown. We begin with a look back at the big match in Overwatch League yesterday. The London Spitfire came into their match against the Houston Outlaws, having swept the Shanghai Dragons and the Seoul Dynasty last week. Seeing that the Outlaws lost to the Dynasty, London probably thought that they had a good chance in this game, but boy were they in for a treat. And so are we as we take a look back here. We started off in Oasis, where the Spitfire find themselves in a must-win situation against the Outlaws, who are already up ahead 2 maps. The Spitfire rely on Birdring to help maintain control of the point, and he goes crazy on the Outlaws' backline, helping to take them out. Later on, though, Jake sneaks a Riptire into the Spitfire backline and take out the Mercy and the Genji. The Outlaws easily secure the point off this play and the round. In round 2, the Outlaws gain control of the point and hold it for a while, thanks to some great plays from Jake, including this post bomb on the Spitfire supports. Eventually, the Spitfire do get the point and are looking to hold it until the end. Birdring releases his Dragon Blade on the Outlaws, but he is taken out by Coolmat's self-destruct. This puts the Spitfire in trouble. The Outlaws easily take the point, and round 2. The Outlaws win map 3, but lose map 4. They take a 3-1 victory over the Spitfire. Gee, thanks, Houston. Way to complicate the Stage 1 playoffs even more. They move to the top of the ladder for the tie-breaking 3rd place standing, and London now must win their toughest match yet on Saturday against the New York Excelsior to guarantee their spot in the 3-team playoffs. Houston came through with that big win that they were looking for, Justin.
Don't want to toot my own horn here, Matt, but I think I called the Outlaws winning this match.
You did.
Houston is on the cusp of the playoffs. They are so close. Even Jake tweeted out that only the Uprising stand in their way. These last 2 days of matches are going to be some insane matches, but if I'm the Spitfire, I'm absolutely worried. Coming off a loss in a game where they needed a win, now facing the XL, I don't know what kind of drama people envision for the Overwatch League, but well, we're getting that and then some. All right, take a breath, let's regroup. The Boston Uprising took on the Philadelphia Fusion yesterday in a must-win match for both teams. Could the Fusion make a last-ditch effort into the playoffs, or could the Uprising get their 5th straight win? Fusion, Uprising, let's get to it. The Fusion attack first on Horizon, and they knock on the door of point B, but the Uprising is not letting them in. Striker lands a nice pulse bomb on the supports to delay them even longer. They eventually do push their way in, and Carpe unleashes his tactical advisor to stop the last-ditch defense effort of the Uprising. They take both points in their attack. The Uprising answer back with a very fast push. Striker leads the attack against the Fusion, slowly whittling everyone down for his teammates to finish off. They also take both points in their attack, bringing us to extra rounds. The Fusion are trying to get point B in overtime. Shadowburn goes for the Dragon Blade, but he is countered by Neko's Transcendence. He does not get any kills. Dreamcasper is rewarded for waiting, and he wipes out the Fusion with his own Dragon Blade. They stop the Fusion. The Uprising only need 2 ticks on point B to win the map. On their attack, they body the Fusion off point B, and Dreamcasper finishes it off with Dragon Blade into the Fusion backline for the win. The Uprising will go on to win the next 2 maps, securing a 4-0 must-win sweep over the Fusion. So the Uprising came in this match as the hottest team in the league. Still on the outside looking in, they needed a 4-0 sweep and some help. They got the 4-0 sweep and the win, and they looked impressive doing it. I don't think there's anybody in the league playing right now better than the 1-2 combo of Striker and Dreamcasper, and who knows with this league. Anything can happen, and I mean absolutely anything. The Uprising are on the verge of sneaking in the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely could sneak in with the top tier of the teams getting knocked down a peg recently, but they run into the Outlaws to close out this stage. That match has the potential for being the decider of who's in and who's out of the playoffs. Boston will need to keep up their amazing offensive execution, as you said, going in order to extend their 5-match winning streak and reach the Stage 1 playoffs. All right, now with all that has gone on to start Week 5, the New York Excelsior probably put an extra focus to avoid a loss to the Florida Mayhem yesterday. Let's take a look back at the highlights. We are back on Horizon where the Mayhem are looking strong. They are trying to take point B and are facing a strong XL defense. An EMP from Tvik stops the XL from succeeding, and they take out the defense and take point B. The point A defense of the Mayhem is solid, and they nearly bring the XL to overtime, but a well-placed pulse bomb from Pine opens a crease in the Mayhem's defense, and they take point A and go on to take point B, bringing us to extra rounds. In the XL's attack, they get nowhere. Pine is taken out twice before they can even attack. In the end, they have to attack without him. The XL get no ticks on point A, so they need a strong defense if they hope to draw on this map, and the Mayhem get so close. All that remains is the 2 supports and a tracer for the XL. It looks as though the Mayhem will pull it out, but a libero tire from downtown comes and wipes out the rest of the Mayhem, and the XL managed to bring the map to a draw. The XL will go on to win the next 2 maps and end the day with a 3-0 victory over the Mayhem. Now, Pine is their star map specialist, where he usually comes in only on the control map, but this was the second time that New York utilized him for the entire match, and it worked and showed us the versatility and depth of Pine and the rest of the team.
Yeah, the beat goes on for the XL. They clinch a spot in the playoffs, and the Mayhem were severely outmatched, and it seemed like the XL were in total control the entire game, even though there was a tie on horizon. I gotta think right now, Matt, that the XL have to be the front runners for that 100 grand. But as we know in this league, anything can happen.
Anything can.
Now moving on to the zeros and heroes for the Overwatch matches yesterday. My hero has to be Striker of the Boston Uprising. He was a force to be reckoned with in his match against the Fusion. His Tracer play shined, and the Fusion didn't have an answer.
And my hero has to be Linkser of the Houston Outlaws. The team stumbled without him last week, and now that he's back in the lineup, the team returned to their dominant selves. They 4-0'd the Spitfire on the back of Linkser.
Now my zero has to be the Mayhem on Eichenwald. Yonex uses his ultimate and becomes Gandalf the Grey, yelling, "You shall not pass." The Florida team gets picked off now that they're all separated from the rest of the team, and the XL go on to win that map pretty easily.
All right, let's take a quick break. Stay right here. You're on the go.
Welcome back to Esports Go. The latest update for the ever-popular game Overwatch has come with a little bit of a, how do you say, peculiar twist. The update was to eliminate bugs and update a few characters. However, one character in particular got a little bit of a leg up before the others. Sombra has gotten the jump start from the Blizzard team, who accidentally put her new character fix into this update without even knowing it. In a statement, Blizzard said, "A few changes that are being worked on accidentally found their way into the most recent patch. This is unintentional and we're working on removing these. Some of these changes for Sombra are no longer gaining ults from healing packs and weapon spreading decreasing by 10%. The reason for the Sombra update, which has yet to have an official release date, is to take some power out of her ult and give her more power and usefulness in the rest of her kit. Apparently everything can be hacked, and Sombra was just trying to get a head start on her competition."
Capcom released a statement yesterday that expressed their feelings about the Japanese market. The major gaming brand said that it wants to treat 2018 as year one in Japan. An emphasis has already been put on improving their titles like Street Fighter V and creating a push that could end in an Olympic bid. The first big step would be to get into the Asian Games in 2022. That would create the potential path to the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. Expect more improvements to come as Capcom begins their major push with Street Fighter V.
The inaugural 2K League season is just around the corner, and today the pricing and player information hit the internet. The prize pool for the entire season will be $1 million. This amount will spread throughout the entire season. All first-round draft players will receive a minimum base salary of $35,000, and all other players with a base $32,000. Also, in addition to the base salary, players will have housing and travel all covered, medical insurance, and a retirement plan. The league is currently in the combine with players vying for spots in the draft. Contracts will not be signed until late March.
Coming up after the break, we'll preview today's Overwatch League matches. Stay right here, you're watching The Go.
Welcome back, this is The Go. Let's take a look at today's Overwatch League matches, Matt. A matchup of two teams just looking to finish up stage one on a high note. The Gladiators needing find their chemistry a little bit and composure through the match, while the few are just ready to have a break and figure out some things.
Yes, stage one has not gone the way that Dallas expected. And of course, the Gladiators didn't think they'd be in this position either. So that only makes this match better. We're gonna see two teams playing with a chip on their shoulder and two playstyles that are unique in the league. It all sums up to be one intriguing match. Next on the docket are the Dynasty and the San Francisco Shock. Seoul absolutely needs to win this one to have a shot at the Stage 1 playoffs. SF has a chance to play spoiler and show everyone that they can keep up with the contender.
Yeah, that was a huge loss by the Dynasty on Wednesday, and if they want any chance at all, they need to figure it out a little bit. They need to win this match, not only win it, but need to win it 4-0.
Yeah.
The Shock, on the other hand, need to see what works against a top-tier team, note it, then go back into the break, get Sinatra revved up and ready to go, and make a run in that Stage 2. Now, our last game of the day. After coming off a huge win against the Dynasty, the Valiant find themselves right on the door of the playoffs. Easy to say this is a must-win match, but I'm going to say this is a must-win match. A must-win 4-0 match because of the tiebreaker. The Dragons are playing a little better of late and look to have found some cohesiveness, so the Valiant can't let up one bit or they might get shocked a little bit.
No, they can't. And Shanghai has stolen a couple maps this season, which makes them dangerous in their potential to ruin LA's top 3 standing. The better they get, the more they'll be ready to add in their new players in the next stage. All right, enjoy the matches today. And while you're at it, don't forget to browse our website, challengemedia.tv, for all your gaming news.
Also, check us out and follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll be here all week ready for the playoffs with your news and highlights. Thanks for watching Esports Go. We'll see you next time.